Hey guys, it's the Blade Sickness here. Today we're going to be taking a look at this personal first aid kit. It's small enough to be thrown in with your pack, in with your other gear. It can be attached into a vest or out the outside of a pack. And though it is, I would consider it a personal first aid kit, it does have the capabilities to cover multiple people's injuries, just depending on your situation. So, we'll just dig right into it here. This is a Condor medical kit. The thing that I like about it most is that it is MOLLE capable, and also this whole back patch here is all Velcro. So what that means is you can attach it to your MOLLE gear, like so. When you need the kit, if it's on you, you need to rip it off, you unplug this strap here, grab the handle, and it pulls right off from the back. You don't want to keep taking this off too many times because the Velcro will get worn out. But what that allows you to do is attach it to the side of your pack where maybe you can barely reach it, be able to rip it off of your pack and access it, in whether it's you that needs help or one of your buddies that's lying there on the ground. Maybe he fell. We don't really know what's going on. You do have a bunch of MOLLE webbing here on the front, as well as a Velcro female strip here. What that's nice for is attaching these patches, whether it's identification patch with your name on it, or in my case, just a medical patch. That's very important because it may be that you are the person that's hurt. If it's you that's hurt, you want to be able to tell that person where your medical kit is, and for them to be able to easily identify it. So the other thing we have going on here, immediately accessible, is in the MOLLE webbing here. I have a 4/7 light here. This is the Cork Mini A squared. Kind of an older light, but it definitely fits the job. I keep that tucked away because visibility is something that you really need in a medical situation. You want to be able to see what you're doing, and be able to find this kit and have the capability of light. You don't want to have to go digging around if someone's hurt looking for a way to see what you're doing. So having that light easily accessible and with your med kit is very important. The next thing that we have easily accessible, undo that clip, is we have the cat tourniquet. The Condor med kit here has a little strip here so that you can attach the cat tourniquet so that it's easily accessible. Say that you are bleeding out, you don't want to have to go digging through your kit to find the tourniquet. If you don't have a tourniquet or you have alternate means, this can also fold away like so, and it won't get in the way in this setup here. So, you rip into the kit here. Cat tourniquet, we'll go over that real quick. Cat tourniquet is a one-handed tourniquet. I'm sure you're all familiar with it. It has a place to write the time, so make sure that you have a Sharpie in your kit, and also it can be easily put on by someone else. Ripping into the kit here, you can see, we'll kind of lay it out here, it's a tri-fold kit. It lays out very nicely, so you can easily access all your stuff, and it has a bunch of pockets, and these are elastic bands, so that it keeps all your stuff very organized. Now, at first glance of this kit, you'll probably see a lot of gauze. Now, gauze is very important. I recommend that if you have space left over in your kit after you've covered all your bases, just fill it with gauze and other blood stoppers as much as it'll handle, because at the end, when shit's really gone down, that's what's going to be helpful to you. Not a bunch of band-aids, not a bunch of, little moleskin and things like that. It's going to be the gauze that really saves it. So we'll dig into the main compartment here. Here we have some rolled gauze. This is more like packing gauze. It's very perforated. You can use it just as regular rolled gauze to hold on other bandages and stuff, but what I have in mind for this is a deep slash wound or something that you need to pack the wound in order to stop the bleeding. That's what we got going on here. Next thing out, just sitting there, is a triangular bandage, and you'll notice that I have all these things labeled. Obviously the gauze isn't labeled, but all of the little kits and stuff that are in here are organized and they're labeled. And that's because if someone's hurt or you're hurt, your mind's going to be going 100 miles an hour, and you don't want to have to be looking for stuff, wondering what it is. You want it to be very organized and well put together. And also on that note, you want your kit to be big enough that everything will fit that you have in it without having to keep it 100% organized. Once you rip through this kit, maybe you've stabilized the person somewhat and you need to move them to a new location, you don't want to take the time to put your kit completely back together. You want to be able to just throw everything back in here, close it up, and be ready to go. So keep that in mind in terms of overstuffing your kit and things like that. The next thing we have out here is a pair of shears. These are just EMT shears, and this is actually a flashlight case that I use to keep it from stabbing anything. So EMT shears, they're great. Cut through all your tape, cut through clothes if necessary, whatever you got going on. The other thing that's handy to have is things on lanyards. So like this is just a roll of athletic tape, and I have it on a shoelace lanyard which is attached to it. Not only does that allow you to not lose it, but it also kind of serves as a place to pivot from when you're unrolling the tape. So things like that you don't necessarily want to lose, and you can easily get it to where it needs to go. It's long enough, but you won't lose it. Now we'll start breaking into the stuff that's tucked into the elastic. Here we have a little kit of just ointments and stuff. I have some super glue for minor wounds that you just want to super glue back together. This taped thing here is New Skin, the liquid bandage. The reason that is taped is because it's taped and labeled. You can see it in Sharpie there. But it is taped just to protect it, since it is a glass bottle. This kit gets thrown around a lot, and I don't want it to break open. Also, this tube here is Neosporin, so just an antibiotic ointment that you can put over minor wounds. It's also taped, since it's a foil wrapped tube, just to give it a little more protection, keep it from bursting open in there. And again, all of this is contained inside a small plastic bag. These are just small plastic bags that you buy from CVS. They're designed for medicine, so you can use those small bags to organize your kit further. Going here tucked into this elastic, we pull out this. This is from a previous kit. It says major bleeding. All this is it has some steri strips, and it also has some surgical dressing. Those surgical dressings are just invaluable, and it's all tucked in there into a relatively small package. But as you can see, it's major bleeding, and it's all in one kit. So all you need to do is grab this, rip it open, apply it to someone's wound, and then possibly use those steri strips to close it up. And here we also have another roll of gauze. This is just a big box of rolled gauze I got from somewhere. And I mean, the rolled gauze, what's nice about it is you can use it to attach other bandages to hold them on. You can use it to pack wounds, and you can also use it just as regular gauze to apply pressure. So rolled gauze is a great thing to have, along with triangular bandages. And also here we just have a couple of safety pins which are attached to these little loops which are on here. Moving up here, make sure you all can see it, we have a bunch of these 3-inch rolled gauzes again. Like I said, once you have everything you think you need in your kit, just stuff it full of blood stoppers. So that's what I've done here. And these elastic bands here. Pull these out. We have some extra long cotton swabs. These have a multitude of uses, mainly for applying ointments and stuff like that, or for cleaning a wound out. If you have irrigated the wound and you're trying to get it more cleaned out, having these cotton swabs can help to just clear out little debris and stuff. That way you don't get an infection going on in the wound when you're out camping or whatever you have going on. Next thing, we'll pull out some more labeled things. This is tape, more athletic tape, and also just some medical tape, perforated. And what I've done here is it's wrapped around pieces of credit card, old credit card. You can also use key cards to old hotel rooms and stuff. You keep those, and it makes for a much more compact package. So you can see, I mean, this is at least half a roll of tape, which should be plenty for any emergencies you might have, or just attaching stuff. Of course, you do want to go through and replenish your kit as you use the stuff, but this is plenty for that. I do like to do a lot of backpacking and hiking, so we got some moleskin here. We got the thick parts and the thin parts, and it's all labeled here and kept in one of those small bags again. Going up to here, we have a bunch more blood stoppers, big old surgical dressings. These are the larger ones, and again, these are very easy access, so that you can just apply pressure to the wound if you have something going on. You want these to be very accessible in general. Here we have some recording notes. These are waterproof paper, so that if you need to take any notes about a person's condition, mental health, whatever you have going on, you can write on it and you can write in the rain. Is it really necessary to have write in the rain paper? Probably not, but it's nice to have if you have it hanging around. Now here we have various smaller gauze pads as well as Tegaderm. So if you're not familiar with Tegaderm, it's a transparent adherent dressing. You can definitely take a look at it on the internet or look at people using it on other YouTube videos. But Tegaderm is a great thing if you have a clean wound and you just want to keep water and other debris out of it. This can definitely work well. As well as maybe you're in a non-austere application, and like my girlfriend she was wearing a dress and she used this to cover her wound since it was transparent, so that way it wouldn't make a big show that you had an injury and you were covering it. So these can be invaluable in certain situations. If you're EMT certified or you have anything going on, these are great for holding in IVs, keeping them from ripping out. Anyway, things like that. So, and again, this is all contained in a Ziploc bag. I think that's it for this top pocket. I did miss something down here in the pocket here. Pull this out. This is my medicine kit. You can see it's contained in one of these larger Ziploc bags, and then all in here are small packages of each medication. So I guess I can pull this out for you just so you can see. Again, this is a size limited constraint we have going on. So you can see the little medication bag labeled here. Now the important thing with the medications is, again, it might be someone else in your kit. So here I have a piece of paper with each type of medication listed, as well as the dose and the directions for taking it. So here I have Benadryl, I have ibuprofen, Sudafed, Bayer aspirin, which is good if you're having heart problems, possibly heart attack, things like that. But definitely make sure they're all labeled and that they are waterproofed in bags, because that'll keep them dry. That looks like it's it for here. Now going down to this last little pocket here, this is kind of the easy access pocket, so I keep little things in here that you want to be able to access easily. First thing out is a few pairs of gloves. These are great if you don't know your patient, you don't know what type of what they have going on, if they have HIV or some other infection in their blood. Just having an open wound in your hand can get that on you and you can contract that. So wearing gloves is definitely a must if you don't know your patient. Next thing we have here is just some alcohol swabs, just for cleaning out wounds, disinfecting. It can also be used to disinfect tools if you have any, or disinfect tweezers, anything you got going on. Bunch of band-aids just kind of thrown in here. Another pair of gloves. And the final thing I have here is just a couple of tools. I have the scissors like you said, but tweezers. A set of tweezers are invaluable. This is a set of pointed tweezers and a set of flat blade tweezers. Great for removing splinters or whatever you got going on. And then the last thing, which I usually keep it on the outside of the pack, seems to have fallen off where I used it, is a Sharpie. And that Sharpie is important for writing on the tourniquet and or just writing notes on a person. So yeah, make sure you have one of those, maybe two. And this has been just a review of my personal first aid kit. Your mileage may vary of what works for you, what you decide to carry. Definitely don't carry anything that you're not trained to use. For example, you might not want to carry a suture kit if you're not confident that you can perform that without doing any nerve damage or things like that. So, but definitely have something. Don't just have a bunch of band-aids like you buy from the store. Have a bunch of blood stoppers, gloves, whatever you can fit, and keep in those side constraints. So again, if you have any questions or any recommendations, let me know in the comments. This is the Blade Sickness signing off. Thanks.